If you want to prevent mold and mildew from building up inside here and inside the gasket, after you are no longer using it for the day, you want to make sure this is dry and this is dry, because mold and mildew can only thrive in wet and damp environments. If it's totally bone dry, it's not going to survive. But if you have not already been doing that and you already have mold and mildew buildup in the detergent tray housing, I would recommend spraying distilled white vinegar all up in here. Let that sit for about 10 minutes and then you can scrub it with whatever brush you can get inside there. Then just run a regular cleaning cycle on your machine. Why distilled white vinegar? Because first of all, it's not going to accidentally bleach your clothes if it gets in contact with them. Secondly, because distilled white vinegar is an antifungal, and mold is a type of fungus. While distilled white vinegar is totally fine for in here because this is plastic, I would not recommend putting distilled white vinegar directly on your gasket. When we're talking about putting distilled white vinegar on something and letting it sit, for 10 minutes on the plastic, that's totally fine. But if you're letting that sit directly on the gasket, it can start to break down the material over time. When you're putting distilled white vinegar in your laundry, it's not really going to hurt anything. But letting it sit directly on the gasket, yeah, that might hurt something. To be clear, I'm only talking about using the vinegar if you have a mold buildup, not as regular maintenance. And just keep in mind, a lot of these are very white or light plastic, so there is a chance that any kind of mold or mildew buildup in there can stain the plastic. You're not going to be able to clean that off. That is a stain. The way you prevent the stains from happening is by keeping up with your washing machine maintenance to prevent the mold from forming to begin with. If it's still stained inside there, nobody's going to see it but you anyway. The important thing is to stop the growth of the mold. So I hope that helps.